Well, the reason I changed careers was the mine was a different one. And I was my horse, I was driving a horse, Mouse, a little Shetland pony, and he wouldn't go down this one entry. And I couldn't figure out why he wouldn't go. And I went to the front and I heard the timbers cracking. And I waited, and then I turned around and unhooked Mouse and come back, and I quit the mine. But that entry caved in. And I remember Jack O'Dwyer, the mine manager, saying, "Where are you going?" It was 20 after 12. I says, "I quit." He says, "Go get that horse," because I brought Mouse out with me, and he had never been out of the mine because they were born down there. The mine, some of the ponies were kept down there. I says, "I quit 20 minutes ago." I says, I want to die where I can see where I'm dying, not in a coal mine. And then I came up to St. Albert. But one of the things that my dad lent me to my uncle. And that's something that happens in the Aboriginal community, because my uncle had a farm at St. Albert. And his youngsters were small, and he was kind of sickly. So he lent me to the farm, and I didn't know that when I come up. And I was there. I came up in 1949 and stayed there to help my uncle on the farm, milk cows and everything else. I thought I was banished from home. I was angry with my dad. And it wasn't till about 25 years after we were hunting. And we were sitting out in the prairie, built a fire in the railroad track so we wouldn't start a prairie fire. And we were having tea. And I says, "Why did you banish me to St. Albert?" He says, "I didn't banish you." I says, "Yes, you did." I says, "I come home and my brothers don't seem like, I don't feel like I belong. And my brothers brag about how you taught them how to hunt. You know, I was 16, I guess. How to hunt and everything else. And how to, playing ball." And he got tears in his eyes. He says, "I didn't banish you." He says, "Uncle Pat wanted to borrow you." And he says, we had 10 kids, and economically, I'd have one less mouth to feed, and you would help him.